Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial. So this is the part 2 of the AI blog that we are working on, and if you haven't watched the first part, kindly go back to the first for you to be able to understand what we are working on. So where we left off last was creating this backend using ChatGPT to create this block backend. So what we want to do right now is we want to generate our MongoDB URL. It's generated a URL for us, which you can see here. And this worked because I have MongoDB installed on my system. So if you don't have MongoDB installed, you need to install that, and then you need to put in your secret here. And just put in any string. I'm going to change this later. So today I'm going to be testing this backend and also generating a MongoDB URL for us using Mongo Compass, Mongo Cloud service. So if you go to account.mongodb.com, it will ask you to take you to Mongo Compass where you can sign up for an account, or you can log in. You can see try for free. So I'm going to sign in because I already have an account. If you don't, you can go to try for free. So that's for those of you who don't have Mongo installed, and you can always install it, by just googling on whatever system you are using, OS, whether Ubuntu or Windows or Mac. You can always Google that and see how to install it locally. So you can see on Mongo site there is a tutorial for all operating system which you can run with. So this is for Mac, this is for Mac, you can see for Linux, and you can see for Windows here. So all you just have to do is download it, install the community edition by downloading it and installing it, and then you can just follow the instruction. You can run it as a service or just normal, but most times you probably don't need to run it as a service. Just install it normally. So I'm going to be showing you how to also use Mongo Compass, Mongo Atlas. So I'm just going to sign in here. If you are yet to create an account, you can create the account. I'm going to sign in. Asking me to verify my mail. So I'm just going to do that. Mail here. So basically, once you register, you'll get this where you can connect to your database. You can browse connection. So, well, first of all, you want to go to database access and you want to create a user. So I'll just create a temporary user that will delete immediately after, you know. So you can use AWS IAM certificate or password. For this tutorial, I'm just going to use password. So I'm going to name the user tests user, and I'm going to give it a password. So I'm going to make this a temporary user. So it's going to delete this after 6 hours. Let me make it after. Okay, I'm going to leave it because for the course of this tutorial, I'll later delete it myself. Okay, I'm going to make it a test user. I'm going to update it later on. So I have the test user, the password. You must choose at least one row. Okay. So where is add built-in row? So I'm going to give it read and write to any database for now, since it's a temporary user. So then you want to go back to your database here. And you want to click on connect. So you're going to click on the driver. So you're going to click on the driver. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to click on connect and click on the driver. So you're just going to leave this, then copy this string here. Then you want to go to your application here. Paste the you want to paste the string, and then you want to change the username and the password here. So our username was test user, and password, I'm not going to show you where I enter the password. And then after you enter the password, there are other things you want to do. Other things such as you want to select the database you want to work with, the name of the database you want it to create. So the name is not yet here in the string. we need to input the name of the database is going to create, and that name will be before the question mark, before this question mark, immediately after this slash. So we are just going to give this the name of the database as AI. So just give it any name you like. I'm not going to be showing the name. And then you can save it. So once you save it, you need to restart your server. You need to restart the server. You can see that it has connected. So it will create that database, and if you click on done, you can click on browse collection to show you. So we should be able to see the database, the name of the database here. You can see here we have AI test, AI block test. So you can see here we have the name of the database. This is the database which contains of posts and users. So that's basically how you can create a MongoDB URL. So after that, what you want to do is, so we don't need this anymore. So we're going back to our AI, to our ChatGPT. Seems my network is a bit slow. So we want to test the endpoint now. Here are the endpoints: authentication, to register, get users, then post, create a new post. So let's open up our Postman. If you don't have Postman, you can download Postman. Once you download Postman, you should have something like this. So want to create a URL here, and our application is running on port 3000. So we want to copy. We are not outputting the link. So basically https://localhost:3000/ after the slash, you want to copy the URL here for registering a user, and then the body, you want to click on raw and select JSON. So it's not giving us the parameters, but you can check for the parameters yourself by going to the routes there. So user route here, see get user, but we don't see for create user. Let's go back to app.js and go to auth. So this is where we need to be. Auth register. So inside register, we need first name, last name, username, and password. So first name, it should be in double or single quotes. What is happening? Why is my double quotes changing? I think I changed the layout of my keyboard. Let me change it back. It should work now. Okay. first name, call it John, and last name. Then we want the username, name John Ben, JPen, let's make it JPen. And then we have the password. Just going to give it a test password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And then we need a role. So I'm going to make it a admin so that we can create a admin or author. Let's check the roles we have in our model. We have admin, author, subscriber. So let's make it an admin. And then send it in. So we have an error. Oh, I'm using secure instead of HTTP. So we have an error again. Localhost 3000/API /auth. This should be post, not get. So you can see user successfully registered. So I'm going to copy username for the login. We'll save this in this new collection. And I'm going to duplicate this and change it to login. In the body here, I'm going to remove the first and last name and also the row, and we're going to send. So you can see this is our token. We need to copy this for access to other. So I'm going to save this also. I'm going to rename this to register and rename this to login. Log in. I'm also going to create a folder. I can see create folder here. Okay, add a folder. I'm going to rename it auth for authentication and move this into the folder. Now we're going to create another folder and call it posts. So I'm going to duplicate this, move it here, rename it create posts. And then we need to get the URL for create posts by going to the root API /posts /create post /posts, just API /posts. So this is post, and then we need authenticate. So I need to send the bearer's token. Yeah, bearer's token. I'm going to remove this and put this. And then go to the body, create post. What do we need? We need a title. Title. How to write a post. And we need content, which will be I'm just going to put hello world, and then we need image. I'm going to make this not required. So I'm going to go back to the model for post and look for main image, make it required false. So it's not required. So that's just basically it. And I'm going to send it to the backend. You can see our post is creating. So let's duplicate this again. Name it get post. Get posts. So we're going to change it to get, save it, change it API./posts. It should be /posts. Save it. Then send get. You can see it returns the post we just created. So after that, so basically we've tested the endpoint, we've tested the auth, we've created a user, we've logged in, we've created a post, and we've also get all posts. So let's try getting all user. This can only be accessed by admin. So that's API/users. So we're going to create another, we're going to duplicate this instead, delete this, and come here, rename it to get users, rename this to users, and then we need to change this to /users. And let's try not authorized. You can see no token. We need to add our bearer's token. I think that token is correct. Yeah. So you can see it returns the user, but there is a mistake there. It is returning the password. You don't want it to return the password. So we'll go back to the user route. Let's see. So this function is the get user. User.find. So we need to delete users. Oh, it is returning all users. We will need to map through all the users. this because the users is an array. So, but instead of doing that, this user.find, we can pass in a condition. What is that condition? To ignore users. Okay, so what we can do is, instead of this, we can go back to our model and password, we make it select false. Select false. So let's try that again. It's try fetching. As you can see that the password is not returned anymore. So that is that about that. That's why you need a little knowledge about what you are using it for, what you are using AI for, because it's not every time AI will give you the correct answer. It won't give you 100% what you want. You still need to modify. Imagine we don't have an idea of of Node.js Express, and we're doing this. There will be a lot of loopholes that hackers will be able to exploit in our app. So that is that about that. So that has we've been able to generate our MongoDB URL, and also we've also been able to test the application. So what is left is to build the front end. Of the application. So in the next tutorial, we will be working on the front end. So see you. Kindly subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this. We've spent 29 minutes, almost 30 minutes on this tutorial already. So kindly subscribe and see you next time. Kindly subscribe for more content like this. So I'll be releasing the third part also very soon. So see you next time.